that's the thing is there's a lot of great things out there, a lot of great ideas, a lot of great products, and we see them and they kind of, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes like a new thing will change the way we approach technology. CES is basically where everything is fighting for that attention. Yeah. And frequently it's like, maybe somebody had an idea for how to kind of reinvent the wheel, and somebody else was like, let's give that person money, this is gonna be the next big thing. And both of those people were very wrong. Mm-hmm. So let's start things out. Here is something, it's called the New Me. And I want you to like try to take a look at these images and guess where the product that they're trying to really show off is.
Because it's a woman that will make you sit down.
Close. It's actually that toilet in the background.
What?
I love that they've got these like Blade Runner-ass like shots where it's like, you finally will have a holographic girlfriend.
What? That's a toilet?
That's a toilet.
That dude's gonna poop in front of the whole neighborhood like that?
Well, the whole idea is he doesn't want his holographic girlfriend to know that he poops, so he's got this thing that looks like, I don't know, like a Frank Lloyd Wright building, but it's in his, is that just in the middle of his living room? Like it's also like, it's right there.
Is he see-through?
Vaguely, yeah. There's a lot of really very weird, strange things going on
Is
here.
this where ghosts poop?
I don't know. I think they're just trying to make it look like the future, but they're doing that strange stock photo thing. But anyway, this is the Kohler New Me, and it is, I believe, a $7,800 toilet that will, I don't know, memorize your BM cycles. It'll make a jingle. It'll talk to you. Like we already have like, oh, look at you, you funny ghost. That's Brian. Anyway,
that's not my hand.
Yeah, we already have like those Japanese toilets that are like, yeah, they'll play a little song and they'll heat the lid for you. This one's like, yeah, how do we one up that? And it's like, well, do we really need to? Did anyone need that? I don't know.
Can I save you $7,800? If you work in an office, go take a dunk in the copy machine for free.
We're going to talk more about copy machines in a second, but another invention, this is first of all...
This is horrible. You can't just put this up here and walk away. This is a horrible thing to show people.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, yes, an $8,000 toilet where that guy has to poop in front of the whole neighborhood, and it doesn't even look, what is this? Awful. And he's like, yo, I just dunked. How you feeling? And she's like, it's cool.
I feel like people who look like that don't even go poop.
Did she bring like one of those
they leave like 3 ball bearings in like a ceramic dish, and they're like,
did she bring an envelope with the winners?
I don't know. No, that's her hair. She's like pulling on it.
No, look at it. Move us out of the way. Hold on.
Get us out of there.
Get us out of there. There we go.
Thank you. This is such a stupid show.
Look at her hand. She's holding, and the winner is...
I think that's what they
call... For the poop that the most people saw, Frank, the roof pooper. This is awful. All right, go to the next one.
All right, yeah. So that's if you got a lot of money and you hate having it. Well, great news. You could literally just flush it down the toilet. So this is actually a big thing. The weird thing about CES is it used to be, Consumer Electronics Show is a show about electronics for consumers. It's for regular people like you and me. It's a new TV, a new phone, or whatever. Sometimes it's more just like, hey, here's technology. Toyota came out, those famous electronics makers, the car company, and they unveiled this thing that's called the e-Palette, and this is going to be autonomous trucks, like robot truck cars. We got an image of one here. They've partnered with a bunch of people, including Pizza Hut and Uber and Mazda, which is weird because I guess they're part of, I don't know. And then Amazon, and then something called Didi. And basically these are going to be, like automatic store trucks.
What?
Think like a.
This looks like a rolling threat. I don't like Pizza Hut.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't know if you guys have been watching Black Mirror, but this season has an episode where there is one of these. And the entire kind of crux of the episode, sort of, is that somebody gets hit by it and they're filing an insurance claim. And so, I don't know, 2 weeks later, Pizza Hut's like, ta-da! And everyone's like, yeah, that wasn't really great. We were really wild about that. The whole thing is being like, how fast was the pizza machine going? Also, I don't know, people like to have jobs. I mean, people don't like to have them, but you kind of die if you don't. You need to make money. So
why do they always make the tires on these things look like they're futuristic too?
Because they want the whole thing to look futuristic.
That thing should have regular tires and you know it.
But I mean, I guess the idea is that these would be like little modular stores, sort of somewhere between a car and a vending machine, and it would just drive to a place. I mean, with Pizza Hut, it would probably be like, your pizza is ready. Come outside to the curb. Your pizza will wait for 5 whole minutes. Come get your pizza. And then you go and it's got like a big barcode on it and stuff.
Question, can I use the $8,000 toilet after I use this thing? Because I might need it.
You probably. And it would refunnel your... That's the thing, is the toilet doesn't even turn your poop into something cool. It doesn't even do anything with it. It's just a really nice place to go to the bathroom. And you can still put it in a crappy house. It doesn't have to be in a nice... Anyway, all right.
That doesn't even look like a hut.
No, it's not really a hut. It's more of like a Winnebago. Yeah. So anyway, moving on. This is something that you saw. You talked about how this is Snake Oil Convention. There is a product called the Foldimate. It is $980, and it is a thing that looks like an office copier, but it folds your clothes for you.
And you can poop in it.
You can poop in anything if you just do that. But yeah, so Brian, tell us a little bit about this thing, because you saw it in action.
Sure. So when I saw it in action 2 years ago at CES, I'm entirely convinced that it was a wall with 4 dudes inside it who were secretly folding the clothes. And they would just like throw a shirt in there, and like 10 seconds later, it'd be like, your clothes had been folded. Like this like shirt would come out all folded up. So I guess now it exists, which is great, because I know about you guys, but I waste up to thousands of hours a day folding my shirts. It is the ultimate nightmare, is to take a shirt and to just take the sides of it back and then to put the bottom of it in half, just fold it. It's just the hardest thing in the world to do. So to have just an incredibly expensive robot that can do it for me, who I almost am positive has a small man inside who's secretly doing this, that's just a great thing to have at home. And remember, you can poop in it. Just like you can with any other product on this list.
Honestly, you might ask, who is this product made for? It costs $980 and it folds your shirts for you. Well, for me, actually, I make $980 an hour, and it takes me over an hour to fold my clothes. So once I track down one of these bad boys, it'll pay for itself in 1 round of laundry.
That's true.
No, it's not true. I don't get paid $980 an hour. I mean, the whole thing with this stupid show is that it's a lot of stuff that's like, we made a product for, it's like the car that made for Homer. Like it's such a pie in the sky idea of like, this is made for one person who thought it was great on every level, and just sort of like, who would buy this?
You remember the Jetsons? I think one of the running themes that we didn't really learn when watching the Jetsons is that George Jetson is an idiot. Like, that dude is a dumbass. And that's why he has all that stuff. He wakes up in the morning, he's like, I can't get dressed on my own. And a robot's like, I get the clothes for you. I put a hole in the pants to make a shirt. I'm an idiot too. Like, I think that's what these products are for.
Yeah.
They're for dumbass George Jetson idiots.
I mean, there is also that creeping normalcy of machines in your life. I mean, there was a time when I have an electric toothbrush. You have an electric toothbrush. I have an electric razor. It's these things that used to be like, these are for like rich businessmen people. Now it's like an electric razor that recharges is like $30 on Amazon, which winds up being cheaper in the long run than buying like analog razors.
Right.
Gradually, I could see a washing machine in, I don't know, 2050 that dries your clothes and folds them for you, and it just craps out this big stack of like carefully bound things. And of course, you've got to buy like replacement, tape that it packs it all up with for you, something like that. But right now, it's not there yet.
Yeah, it's just like everything else. Like, I feel like that we're getting a bad hand dealt to us on the future and the apocalypse right now. We're just
I don't know. It's science fiction. Speaking of science fiction, what do you think? What do you guys think this is? What do you think this funny bean is? What could it be?
That is a speaker for your ass.
Close. It's actually a spooning robot. This is the Somnox. This is a smart pillow. This is a machine. This is so creepy. This is so Black Mirror and awful. It's basically one of those like 80s toys, like the glowworms.
Yeah.
Except it's got like a Fitbit inside it, and it will learn how to breathe. So it will breathe. So it's like you're cuddling with this like warm. I think it heats up. It'll track your sleep cycles, and it'll gradually start to match your breathing. So it's this like messed up big bean that has like devices in it.
So it's like a dead robot bean baby that breathes?
Yeah, I don't even know what you call this. It's like
It's like a night burrito.
It's kind of a night burrito. It's really just I could be wrong here. This is a crowdfunding success somehow. I might be wrong here, but the price point I found was, I believe, €589 at retail, which I believe is something like $700. I could be wrong. If this thing was $50, I'd be like, whatever, it's a $50 sleep robot. But if this is over $200 for a sleeping spooning robot, we've got a problem. Just take pills. Just eat the pills and go to bed.
That's
You don't
horrible.
need that. That's such a creepy thing. This looks like a stock photo of a woman who lost a child.
Yeah, seriously.
That's a very bad.
Let's get bleak. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah. So anyway,
Hey, I'm gonna save you $20 or $700, whatever.
that's kind of a difference.
Go home, buy a whole bunch of bananas, put them in one of those takeout like burlap bags that you bring to the grocery store, microwave it, and squeeze it and bring it to bed. There you go.
That's your go-to.
Go to bed with a bag of hot bananas, you idiot.
All right. I mean, I would have gone with like rice or something, but sure, bananas
Mr.
work
Dreadful
too.
in the comments says they have one of those that's a set you and another person both have one. You can feel each other sleep. If only there was a way to feel someone that was next to you.
Yeah. You can also go down to the local anime convention and get a large body pillow with that guy from Yuri on Ice on it.
You know what I do every night?
Who knows?
I bring
They're both named Yuri.
I bring Shovel Knight to bed and I give him a nice hug.
I have a live Pomeranian dog I sleep with. Anyway,
He's got a weird paunch in the front of him.
Who, the dog or that?
No, this
guy.
Look at that. Hey.
Yeah, I don't like that little pooch. I don't like the idea of making plate mail out of stuffed animals. Anyway, finally, the last thing we're going to talk about from CES. This one is just like, this is just a head scratcher.
Just a heads up, I only have $3,400 left after this segment. So
okay, well, good news, because I have a way you're going to earn that $3,400 back over the course of 2 years, but you're going to have to put down $3,400 up front. Kodak, you might know them as the film company for back when cameras required film. Mm-hmm. They've made something called the Kodak Cash Miner, which is a Bitcoin mining. It's a Bitcoin miner.
You liars!
That is
a PC box fan connected to like the thing they caught ghosts in Ghostbusters.
That's pretty much it.
You liars!
So if you look carefully, up there is an Ethernet port. You connect this thing to the internet. This is, of course, after you give. So this is the best thing. You can't even buy this. You lease it for 2 years. You give Kodak $3,400 for 2 years, and this thing hooks up to the internet and it mines bitcoins. And supposedly, in theory, I think that'll turn $375 into $9,000 over 2 years, which isn't overnight.
This product is like how I used to do book reports.
I don't even know
basically
if this...
on the bus on the way to school, I'd be like, the old man in the sea. Oh man, who did he fight? Hope it was like a whale or like a wolf. I don't know what sort of oceanic creatures.
Listen, I could
he
give
was
you
very sad after he lost his whole family at sea, and my teacher's like, that never happened.
I could give you a regular book report, or I could finish my great project that will be done next week.
Why does this look like this was like part of stuff that Kodak used in the 80s? First of all, part of it is that they haven't changed their logo since a half a century ago. Secondly, this is a wreck.
Yeah.
This is a big lying box of wreck, and I hate it. And it's for
honestly,
idiots.
if
you're dumb if you buy it.
Just 3D print, like take a takeout box and paint it silver. Like this looks like a homemade thing. Homemade things look better than this. People at this point are making their own cool homemade things.
Seriously.
This is terrible.
This looks like some garbage Doc Brown has in his trunk.
Also, just side note, after you've leased this thing for $3,400, Kodak takes half of it, which is the most brilliant scheme in the world.
What?
Like you say this is a snake oil convention. This is like if the guy who sold you the snake oil was also like, oh no, it turns out snake oil is also poison. You're gonna have to come pay me for the antidote to the snake oil. Ha ha. This is just, I mean, it's a brilliant scheme on Kodak's part, and also it could completely pan out. But what kind of weird future is it where this like analog film company sells these weird janky boxes, leases these weird janky boxes, and people buy them, lease them, and suddenly Kodak is on top of the world because all of the money that they've generated from these things, they get half of. Like that's such a crazy, I don't know.
What is wrong with you, CES?
Yeah. So CES is a weird dystopian hellhole. So that's some of the stuff from it. And if you enjoyed it, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's it.
You'll love a sharper image catalog.
Yeah. Hammacher Schlemmer, coming to stores in 1993. Hey, if you want another video about gadgets, check out our video about a $250 vaping Batmobile. Yes, it is a real thing. Speaking of gadgets, also, the droids. They're here, a whole bunch of them. You control them with your phone. What a magical time. The future is here. Up at noon, every Thursday, noon Pacific time on IGN. Good night.